Hi guys, what's up? Okay, so you know, being let's be real. There are times in our lives when no words can can be said. There's literally no words. Like no type of clinical or therapeutic or any advisory, nothing like that. There are literally no words. Because we're all human. I'm definitely not put together. You know what I mean? But we're all human. We have complex emotions and deep feelings, and they rise even deeper here and there. One particular one is definitely depression. You could be in a situation, and the thing about it is, the depression, for example, one level of it can happen because of your environment, your surroundings. It's literally outside of your control. There's literally nothing, absolutely nothing you can do about it. So, sorry. So here are some examples. A drought, like you could be in an environment, it's a desert climate, and there are just certain hurdles that comes in that environment. It's outside of your control. And depending on certain situations, it could really make you depressed, just like a passing of a loved one. It's outside of your control. And it could really put you down. Just like, for example, maybe someone walking out of your life. That and there's nothing you can do about it. That's their choice. There's many things in life that sometimes hits us in varying ways, and there's literally no words that could help the situation. The only option that's literally left to you is to live through the situation, survive to the next day, the next hour, the next minute. It's the only thing you can do is work on what you have in your life, what is surrounding you that you have hands on or internally in yourself, and arresting certain emotions and understanding, why do I feel this way? Should I feel this way? And sometimes you can't even think straight to even do that, to try to put a semblance of it together. And in those cases, I say, like, one thing that I do when I get when I get a certain level of depressed, and this is purely from circumstance, in this situation that I'm talking about, whereby I could just be going about my day, and I might have concentrated too much on the circumstances surrounding me, which are outside of my control, and logically I see it, I understand it. But me being probably a bit more sensitive than some other people in certain circumstances, I guess, it hits me a bit deeply, and it can get me down. And that's not to say that I'm not doing things in my life to improve my situation, to get me out of an environment that clearly may not be healthy or fortuitous or growth oriented for the type of person I am. So one thing that I focus on to help me through those critical times is a bit more of a of a hyper focusing. So, for example, today it was the end part of my workday, and then I just got hit with life and the environment and everything, and it zapped literally all the strength out of me. I tell you no lie. I felt like just everything just got ripped out of me, and I did not want to move. I just didn't. I was on the verge of it was a thing, but I had to arrest myself and said, "Hey, I know you're feeling this way, but we have to get moving." So let's hyper focus. I hyper focused on collecting my things. I hyper focused on getting outside the door and getting home. And I said unto myself, you have the agenda to work out today. And even though I just wanted to lay in my bed and just not move, I said, okay, just put on one sock. Let's put on one sock. And then you say to yourself, well, you put on one sock, you have to put on the next sock, you know? And then you have to put on one tennis and you have to follow it up with the next tennis. And then just take a couple steps to the door. Okay, you got to the door. Let's go through the door. Let's get to that bike. Okay, we got to the bike. Okay, so let's get on the seat on the bike. Okay, we got on the seat on the bike. Let's put on our favorite song. Something stimulating. We put on the song. Okay, now you don't have to go crazy. Just lightly pedal. Just lightly pedal. So these are hyper-focused steps that I was telling to myself to just get me moving. And even though it didn't necessarily alleviate the depressive episode that I was going through, but it counteracted it, or it counterbalanced it with positive progression and positive momentum, because internally I'm saying, hey, I'm getting something done that I needed to get done for me, for my well-being. I'm getting healthier. I'm getting more rejuvenated with doing something that I like doing, as opposed to going through the motions of a daily circumstance which I have no control over. It was comforting in a somberish way. And again, humans, we're complex. I was on that bicycle and I'm smiling because I'm getting comfort from the focus that I'm having and like just getting through it. I'm actually getting something done for me. But at the same time, I was crying. There were tears going down my eyes. I mean, if anyone else was there, they couldn't see it because I had sweat, you know? But it's like, you know what? I think that might have been a picture right there. But sometimes you're even breathing heavy, and it's not even because you're exercising. It's just you're catching a breath. You're catching a breath to just breathe and get through. And I focus it with those hyper focuses. I help myself with those hyper focuses through those depressive episodes. I'm not saying we all have depressive episodes. I'm not saying that they're all as extreme. But even in the small, uncomfortable dynamics of life where it really is outside of your control and it may fight against your hopes, your diligence, your goals, your aspirations, whatever the case may be, life happens. I get it. I think we all get it, you know? But it's about getting through it in the best possible way. It's about getting through it in the best possible way. Whatever that looks like for you, it doesn't have to be what I did, like going on the treadmill or going on the bicycle, you know? It could be just going to the park, getting a walk. It could be literally putting on a good show, you know? If you in the bed and you put on a nice show, or on the couch, wherever you watch something, you know? In some cases, it could be just calling up a friend, literally. I know it's easy to say that because sometimes some of us just don't have anyone to call. We just don't. And I'm really being real with you. And in those times, I encourage you just to hyper-focus. Give yourself small, very small, like seemingly easy tasks to get you from point A to point B to point C to point D until you finish the alphabet so you can get through the day. I want to encourage you. I know, again, life is not easy, but I want to encourage you not to give up, because I think we all have those episodes. I think we all go through highs and lows at some time or another. Know that you are not alone, and you can get through this. You can get through this. Sometimes you have to look in the mirror and say, hey, you got this. Keep moving forward. Okay, I wish you all the best. Bye.